Hello everyone, Weather Jamaica here. Welcome to this updated video on the weather across Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean. It is Saturday evening, August 24, 2024. Now before we jump into it, please ensure that you guys like the video. I'd really appreciate it if you guys get this video up to 100 likes. If you don't know by now, that's how the YouTube algorithm works. We all like the video and then the YouTube algorithm pushes the video out to more persons who are in the path of these tropical systems so that we can keep everyone safe, especially during the peak of Atlantic hurricane season, that's August through to October. Share this video with your friends, your co-workers, your relatives, and even your church brethren, and subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Leave a comment down below letting me know what the weather's been like in your area recently. Also, feel free to ask any weather related question that you might have about the future of the weather in your specific area. Alright, so let us take a look at the US National Hurricane Center 7-day graphical tropical weather look. We can see that as of their latest update that just came out at 7:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is actually 6:20 p.m. Jamaica time, they have no new area highlighted for possible tropical cyclone development over the next 7 days. If we take a look at the surface map of the Atlantic for this evening, we can see that we have that ridge of high pressure across the northern portion of the North Atlantic. That one is responsible for sending all of the easterly trade winds across the main development region into the Caribbean. And with these easterly trade winds, we have numerous tropical waves, numerous troughs here and there. We have some Saharan dust coming off of Africa as well. You can see another trough right here across the northern Bahamas, east of Florida. And we still have that frontal system still affecting portion of the southeastern United States. If we take a look at the visible satellite images of the Atlantic before the sun went down, we can see the clouds associated with that frontal system still bring some shower and thunderstorm activity to portions of the southeastern United States, sections of North Carolina, South Carolina's coastal areas, Georgia, even into portions of Florida and the Bahamas still getting in on some amount of overcast skies and rainfall activity. We can see the clouds associated with numerous troughs right here across northern portion of the main development region. We can also see that we have the tropical wave right there across the main development region. And we don't see much happening across the Caribbean right now at all. Just some low level clouds pushing in from the Windward Islands, moving into the central to the western Caribbean. We'll be talking more about the rest of the Caribbean weather later on. Let us focus our attention on the prediction that was made in yesterday's video about the weather across Jamaica for today, Saturday, August 24. It was stated that we would have received some early morning rainfall across portions of the island this morning, and that would have received some afternoon rainfall across sections of some central and western parishes. And we know we're talking about Middlesex and we're talking about central parishes, so St. Anne, St. Mary, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine. Well, western parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Cornwall, so Hanover, St. James, Trelawny, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. And what ended up happening? We indeed got that early morning rainfall across portions of the island, more so northern and eastern Jamaica during the morning hours, as opposed to what's made here on our Twitter page at around 7:15 p.m., highlighting the infrared satellite images that show the high cold cloud tops and the thunderstorm activity bring some rainfall and some lightning flashes, if not lightning strikes, as we can see there. We know the sparkling white dots represent some amount of lightning strikes, if not lightning flashes, across sections of some northern and eastern parishes. And we saw the high cold cloud tops as represented by the blues, greens, yellows, oranges, reds, that will now represent some amount of thunderstorm activity. And we can see that this post was made here on our Twitter page at Weather Jamaica. By the way, keep in mind that these posts aren't only made here on our Twitter page, but on our Instagram page at weather.jamaica, on our TikTok page at Weather Jamaica, and on our Facebook page at Weather Jamaica 876. So if you have one of those social media platforms, please ensure that you follow us there, as we may post throughout the day that you can't afford to miss. So another post was made during the afternoon at around 3:35 p.m., highlighting that the visible satellite image that was posted was showing that we had some clouds bringing some isolated thunderstorms and overcast skies, section of some western parishes. Some more so, section of Hanover, section of Westmoreland got in on the action. But that wasn't it only that was taking place, because as the afternoon progressed, that afternoon thunderstorm across portions of Westmoreland, Hanover right there, dwindled down, and then we started to have more isolated pop-up thunderstorms across sticking to some central parishes as well. So it's not only Western Jamaica that pick up the rainfall. So Western Jamaica definitely got in on the thunderstorm activity, but earlier than Central Jamaica, we definitely saw the isolated thunder shower activity across those spots. And we have at least one comment here from one of our followers on our Instagram page, slim underscore queen underscore one, stating heavy rain here in St. Elizabeth. That was 1 hour ago, just to confirm the rain in her area, just as predicted. And if we take a look at the live cam from See Jamaica's YouTube channel showing Barbican Square, we can see that at around 3:05 p.m. there wasn't much to see here. No bad weather at all. Sunny conditions in general, if not partly cloudy skies for the most part. By the way, if you'd like to see more live streams like this, just visit See Jamaica's YouTube channel. They show live streams of the corporate area, Halfway Tree, Crossroads, the Bogwalk Gorge, you name it. And they're planning on increasing the amount of cameras that they have around. If we take a look here at the latest infrared satellite imagery of Jamaica, as a matter of fact, let's look at the very latest. Let's get the latest right here. So the latest image is as of 25 minutes past the hour. So this is as of 8:25 p.m. Jamaica time. And we do see that majority of the clouds have definitely cleared out by now. Just some leftover clouds right there across some southwestern portion of the island, maybe northwestern St. Elizabeth. Some high level clouds right there across maybe eastern Jamaica. But not much in the way of rainfall at all. Doesn't seem like the Cuban Doppler radar image wants to confirm this for me. But if we take a look at the Guantanamo Bay radar, we don't see much happening across the island at all. We see some rainfall right there off the western tip of Haiti, but that's just about it. As it relates to what's happening on the Cayman radar, we can see that rainfall right there off to the west of the island, just like what we saw on the infrared satellite image just now. There it is, that rainfall off to the west of Westmoreland, the thunderstorm activity. You can definitely see it right here on the Cayman radar. This is why we need Jamaican radar, so we can see exactly what's happening across the island, because there are times we can have cloud cover across Jamaica, not necessarily rainfall. So Doppler radar images are a very useful tool that we can see exactly where it's raining. If we take a look to confirm what's happening, the Bogwalk Guard, the flat bridge, not much in the way of bad weather at all. Definitely a fair night tonight, just like what we saw on the latest infrared satellite image right here. If we take a look at the temperature forecast for tomorrow, this map from the GFS is showing 18Z on Sunday, which is actually 1 p.m. on Sunday. And we can see Jamaica right here embedded in some yellow colors that we can see by the key on the right. That represents up to 1 degree Celsius above normal temperatures. I know the normal temperatures for the month of August across Jamaica are about the same as July's, 91 degrees Fahrenheit. 91 degrees Fahrenheit when calculated is about 32.7 degrees Celsius. So we should be receiving anywhere from 32 to 33 degrees Celsius at most for Jamaica's temperature on Sunday. Taking a look at the Saharan dust forecast for 2 p.m. on Sunday, it's really starting to dwindle. We can see more blues than anything else, less browns, and we're seeing more lighter shades of brown. So the Saharan dust is definitely starting to dwindle down as we head off into the peak of Atlantic hurricane season. So there's not going to be much to choke off these thunderstorms across the Atlantic that are trying to make their way into tropical depressions, tropical storms, whatever the case may be. We're going to be seeing more blue skies than anything else. We're indeed grateful for that, because we know how bad the Saharan dust can be sometimes, causing very hazy skies, not to mention trigger some amount of asthma or sinusitis issues in some persons. If we take a look here at the wave forecast for tomorrow, we can see not much change. The waves still showing 1 to 1.5 meter wave heights, stretching all the way from the Gulf of Mexico into the Eastern Caribbean. And that's because the winds are going to be averaging anywhere from 5 to 10 to even 15 knots. And we see the general flow of these winds coming in from the east across the Caribbean. As it relates to the wind flow across the Jamaica area tomorrow, we can see that we're going to be having an easterly flow across the island. And we see that the air is going to be piling up across sections of some central and western parishes in Jamaica. So definitely an easterly flow across northern Jamaica as well as southern Jamaica. And wherever all of the air piles up, which is right here across central and western Jamaica, we're going to be having those low level clouds becoming mid-level rain clouds, if not upper-level cumulonimbus clouds. So we're definitely in for some amount of afternoon convection, that diurnal or that daytime heating rainfall for sure. So look out for that afternoon rainfall during those hours. And with the upper level winds coming in more so from the northeast tomorrow, it's gonna be bringing more of the wet weather, if not overcast skies, to sections of some southern parishes mainly. And we know southern parishes, we're talking about those parishes on the bottom side of the island. So Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine, Kingston, St. Andrew, and St. Thomas. As it relates to where it's gonna be raining within the next 24 hours, first of all, let's have a look right here. Because the Euro and the GFS models are in consensus, there's gonna be some blues that represent rainfall across sections of some eastern parishes. So this is actually 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's actually 1 a.m. Jamaica time. We see the rainfall as represented by the blues out to sea, to the south of St. Thomas, to the east of St. Thomas, to the northeast of Portland. Some of this rainfall could definitely make it on shore for sure. We see that even the Euro model showing a lot of blues represent rainfall to the northwest and to the southwest. We'll see exactly what unfolds for right now. Eastern Jamaica, definitely that's where the consensus is. And then for 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's actually 3 p.m. Jamaica time, we start to see the rainfall switch into portion of some central and western parishes, mainly central and western Jamaica. Not saying that portion of some eastern parishes couldn't get in on some rainfall, maybe a section of western Portland, section of Kingston, St. Andrew, spilling into section of St. Mary. But definitely central and western Jamaica is going to be getting on that afternoon rainfall for sure during Sunday afternoon. So please ensure that you get that laundry done early. And look at this. Even by around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's actually 7 p.m. Jamaica time, we still see some blues dotting across portions of the island. Euro more widespread, especially circling the island. GFS right here showing more of the blues that represent rainfall across southern and western Jamaica. We'll see exactly what unfolds at that time. Either way, both accumulated precipitation forecast maps are showing that it's going to be raining somewhere across Jamaica within the next 24 hours. This map from the GFS and this map from the Euro are both showing all the rainfall that's expected from now up until 3Z on Monday when calculated. That's all the rainfall expected from now up until 10 p.m. on Sunday. And we do see the consensus, there's going to be rainfall somewhere. Euro showing up to at least 0.54 of an inch of rainfall. GFS showing to up to 1 inch, maybe up to close to 1 inch of rainfall. Almost 0.5 of an inch of rainfall as well. Either way, we'll take it. We're in the month of August. We shall receive an increase in the amount of rainfall that we experience across the island in general. But right here we have Kingston's bar graph at the top, Montego Bay's bar graph at the bottom. Montego Bay receives almost 5 inches of rainfall, that's almost 125 millimeters. Kingston receives almost 100 millimeters, that's almost 4 inches of rainfall. So clearly Montego Bay receives more rainfall during the month of August than Kingston, so that's understandable. As a matter of fact, if you add up everything here and you do the math yourself, considering that 1 inch of rainfall is about the same as 25 millimeters of rainfall, when we take a look at the rain gauge, it all makes sense that Montego Bay gets way more rainfall than Kingston in general overall throughout the year. By the way, if you'd like to see what the annual rainfall is like for your specific parish, you can visit weatherandclimate.com and you can do the calculations yourself. Alright, so that's it for the forecast across Jamaica. Let us focus our attention on the rest of the Caribbean. So we can see the clouds bring some thunderstorms to portions of some northern parishes, section of Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, section of Nicaragua, Belize, the Yucatan Peninsula, section of Cuba getting on some thunderstorm activity as we speak. We can also see some thunderstorm activity taking place right there associated with that frontal system across sections of the southeastern United States, the trough right there across portion of the Bahamas still. And if we take a look at the Doppler radar images of the northeastern Caribbean, we can definitely see what's taking place as we speak. So we have some of these greens that we know represent some amount of light to moderate rainfall, maybe some hit or miss isolated showers in and around Puerto Rico, the US and British Virgin Islands, to the east of Antigua and Barbuda, Guadeloupe. If we take a look at the Barbados radar, we don't see much happening right now. We do see some rainfall right there off to the north, to the west, well, to the south and to the east of there. We also see some isolated showers passing to the north of St. Lucia, some of it making it across section of northern Martinique as we speak. Section of Dominica's eastern areas getting on some isolated showers right now. And if we scroll down, we can see some rainfall affecting portions of Trinidad and Tobago even right now. If we take a look at the weather view of Doppler radar images, we can see that it's definitely raining across portions of northeastern Venezuela, northwestern Venezuela, sections of Cuba, section of western Florida, the Yucatan Peninsula, Belize, Honduras getting in on some rainfall, even section of northwestern Colombia getting in on the mix. And as relates to where it's going to be raining within the next 24 hours, we see that both maps from the Euro and the GFS are in consensus. That portion of Florida, northern Bahamas, Cuba, gonna be getting in on some rainfall for sure. Section of Haiti, maybe some isolated shores for Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, but mainly areas to the south of Guadeloupe. So section of Dominica, Martinique, Saint Lucia, Saint Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, section of Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, sections of Guyana, more so Western Guyana than anything else. Not so much Eastern or Central Guyana or Suriname or French Guyana, but definitely sections of Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Belize, section of the Yucatan Peninsula, the Cayman Islands, and even sections of the Bahamas and Florida, if I haven't already said that. And we see that both the Euro and the GFS mods are in consensus with this forecast. I know that when they're in consensus like this, the chances of it actually happening are much higher. Alright, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching.